In recent XR news, one VR device smashed its funding goal tenfold. Chips are getting smarter, headsets more powerful, and even VR shoes are making an entrance. This and much more will be covered in today's news segment. I'm Tetiana, and if you've missed out on the latest VR headlines, I've got you covered. Let's start with the big one. Qualcomm has unveiled a new chipset called the Snapdragon XR2 Plus Gen 2 platform, and it promises to significantly improve AR, VR, MR visuals, performance, and AI integration. Partnering with Samsung and Google means that impact of this chipset will be felt across lots of devices, but let's focus on what it means for VR gamers. Samsung brings its expertise in OLED technology, which means that future headsets powered by Qualcomm's new chip could have sharper visuals, improved refresh rates, and overall better gaming experiences. Quest 3 runs on Qualcomm's Snapdragon XR2, which is an earlier generation chip that already brings solid performance for standalone VR, and the jump to XR2 Plus Gen 2 will likely be a game changer, more processing power, better AI, and energy efficiency. That means smoother gameplay, less lag, and possibly longer battery life. In short, I think that this partnership signals a big leap towards the future of standalone VR or XR or AR, and if you're a gamer, you should be excited. I'm really looking forward to see what headsets this partnership will bring. Next, the UDCAP VR gloves have made a big splash after securing 10 times their original Kickstarter goal as of now, and the campaign has not finished yet, drawing attention to their unique approach to hand tracking in VR. Designed to function similarly to Valve Index controllers, these gloves feature hand tracking and also physical controls such as thumbsticks and A/B button modules attached to the index fingers. And this creates an interesting blend of full hand motion but also traditional inputs. They even include 4 vibration points for tactile feedback, though the focus is on their tracking rather than haptics. The gloves require trackers and base station, and they work best with Lighthouse-based headsets like Valve Index or HTC Vive, even though it is possible to use them with the inside-out tracking headsets like Quest 3. And actually, I've recently had a chance to review these gloves myself, and I was really impressed with how well they worked. Although there are a couple of things that could be improved in the future still, this is a very cool technology, and if you're curious to see how they perform in gaming, then check out my video review. I will drop the link in the description. Next, let's talk about the new VR shoes by Freeaim. Freeaim introduced motorized VR shoes as a compact alternative to VR treadmill. These shoes provide omnidirectional movement and are expected to be available by 2025. We've seen VR shoes being developed before, like Cyber Shoes and VirtuX Omni. Cyber Shoes offer a seated solution for simulating walking, and the VirtuX Omni uses a treadmill-like surface for full-body movement. So what makes Freeaim shoes stand out is their promise of omnidirectional movement with less hardware required. So basically, the idea is to provide a compact solution that doesn't really require a dedicated space, which is awesome because, to be honest, the huge reason why I still don't have a VR treadmill yet is because I don't have a dedicated space in my house for it. So I'm literally waiting for the compact solution to finally be introduced so that I can test it in my house. So compared to the existing option, Freeaim shoes supposedly offer a natural walking experience while standing without the spatial limitations of a treadmill or the fixed position of Cyber Shoes. And this approach could make the tech more accessible to users, and at a price similar to current VR treadmills, less bulky and more space-friendly solution is all we want. And this is really exciting. Leaked images of Meta's upcoming Quest 3S confirms that the company is developing and is about to release a more budget-friendly version of the Quest 3. The Quest 3S, which likely will be officially announced at Meta Connect 2024 on September 25th, is expected to be powered by the same Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 processor as the Quest 3. However, it is said to use older Fresnel lenses and a lower resolution display similar to the Quest 2, helping to keep the cost down. While this news isn't exciting for Quest 3 owners, the Quest 2 owners will seriously consider upgrading because Quest 3S could be a good middle ground between affordability and performance. Quest 3S could offer color pass-through, maintaining core features for quality mixed reality gaming at a more accessible price, but this is yet to be confirmed. The wait is almost over. Other news, Meta has restructured its reality labs. It reorganized it into 2 main divisions, Metaverse and wearables. And while it sounds like just some internal housekeeping, it's a move that that could set a stage for bigger changes in how XR evolves in the coming years. Because on one hand, you have the Metaverse group, which will focus on Quest headsets and Horizon Worlds, and on the other hand, you'll have wearables, which will drive innovation in AR headsets and integrate Meta's AI assistant. So in essence, Meta is doubling down on two fronts, and they're expanding their VR ecosystem while pushing AR hardware into the spotlight. And this could be huge, because by giving more dedicated attention to their VR lineup, Meta is setting the stage for faster development cycles, better hardware support, and maybe, just maybe, even more polished VR titles for Quest. The Quest 3S is already probably going to get announced this month, and this restructuring could mean that future headsets will be even more fine-tuned. Less chaos behind the screens will likely translate into better products for users, more useful updates, and better new content. And hopefully we will not see half-baked VR games the likes of Hitman 3 VR Reloaded any longer. Another cool thing that's recently happened, Sony, in collaboration with Genius XR, launched a volumetric capture studio aimed at creating highly detailed digital twins of real-world objects and environments. And this means entire physical spaces can be scanned and brought into VR with astonishing realism. For us, VR gamers, this isn't completely new. Just think of Puzzling Places. It's a VR game that already uses similar volumetric capture technology. In this game, you assemble detailed 3D jigsaw puzzle of real-world scanned objects, but Sony could take this even further because they introduce more sophisticated and more interactive digital twins. So imagine VR games where the environments or characters are not simply digitally created, but they're real-world objects scanned and brought into life in the highest detail. That's the next level of realism right here. Sony has officially revealed the PS5 Pro, set to launch on November 7th, 2024, with pre-orders opening on September 26, 2024. The Pro version promises significant performance upgrades, and while in itself it's not a VR-related news, these hardware improvements could have a noticeable impact on the PSVR 2 performance. I'm speculating here, but the PS5 Pro's enhanced GPU and AI upscaling will likely provide smoother and more detailed visuals, especially in demanding VR games. Ray tracing advancement mean that VR environments could look more realistic with more natural lighting and reflections, but so far there haven't been any PSVR 2 performance improvement announcements in regards to the PS5 Pro's release, but we will keep watching. And one more cool thing, and this will be connected to the first piece of news that I've told you. Qualcomm CEO has just revealed a key detail about the Samsung's upcoming XR smart glasses during an interview just a few days ago. In collaboration with Qualcomm and Google, they're shaping up to be some of the most anticipated wearables in the XR space. But rather than creating a full mixed reality headset, Samsung focuses on creating smart glasses designed to act as a companion device for smartphones and use Google's Gemini AI. These glasses will offer features like real-time text translation and notifications displayed directly on the lenses. They will also have visual recognition and voice-activated prompts through Google's AI. They will be powered by a Snapdragon XR chip, possibly the Snapdragon XR 2 Plus Gen 2 platform I told you about at the beginning of this video, even though the exact model of the chip has not been specified yet. But either way, this collaboration suggests that Samsung will handle the hardware, Qualcomm will provide the processing power, and Google will supply the software. And this makes it an all-around very promising and powerful device. So the glasses will likely compete with Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses, and especially with Ray-Ban upcoming new generation smart glasses, which are also rumored to have an in-lens display and a neural interface for hand gesture controls. Exciting times. And while the official release is expected in 2025, Samsung may reveal more details at their developer conference in October 2024, so you keep your eyes on that. This product could be a major contender in the wearables market and potentially may position Samsung as a really important player in this space. We will be watching. And in the meantime, hop into this video to see how UDCAP hand tracking VR gloves work with PC VR games like Half-Life Alyx, VR Chat, and many more. It's a really cool piece of tech. You don't want to miss this. I'll see you there.